before you start thinking, oh, maybe I need to hire an assistant, I want to talk about the 3 things that you need to do before you do that. Hi, I'm Natasha Powell. I help businesses build their operation foundation with hiring and identifying any operational gaps to ensure that you're scaling successfully. So in this video that I talked about, I'm going to go over the framework that you need to do first before you start thinking about bringing on anyone additional on your team, especially an assistant. If you're a solopreneur, this is what you need to start thinking about. If you're looking for more videos about hiring or building up your business foundation, please follow for more. So I got my board here. First thing you need to start thinking about is being able to learn your business. On top of that, understand what you need to keep in your business. So when it comes to learning, it's really understanding the point where you're like, hey, there's a lot of things happening in my business. What I need to make sure that I'm writing down, what are the gaps that I feel that are breaking in the business and what are making me overwhelmed? So that could be understanding your recurring tasks. What are those tasks that you're doing over and over again that someone else can do? What are the areas that you've already learned in the business that you feel like you can hand over to someone else? What are your 3 to 5 year plan for your business? Making sure that you're very clear on your vision, you're very clear on your mission, clear on your ideal clients, making sure that you have that all even written out for you to really take a holistic view of what is needed. That is the point where you really want to identify, what is the things that you actually like to do in your business? What are the things that you need to keep? When it comes to sales, that's definitely one area you should always be keeping. Now, no one can sell better than you. Obviously, if you start meeting with clients and you pass it on to someone else, that's totally fine. But you want to make sure that you continue that as you're building your business to start. So understanding what do you want to keep? And then when you decide, okay, this is what I want to keep, then you want to start thinking about, okay, what do I need to automate first? In the world of AI, we need to be thinking about how to automate our business as much as possible. So the next thing on the framework is, what can I automate? And when it comes to automating, is what are the things that I can build within Claude as a recurring task? What are the things that I can get an automation tool to build things for me to be able to take my hand away from the things? Obviously, there are a point where you say, I actually want someone to come in and just build those automations for me. That's fine, but you need to learn how to build those first, because if you don't know how to build any automations first, then you're not really understanding what needs to be done or how your business is going to work with the things that you automate. So you want to know those simple recurring tasks that we talked about, that you're learning about. Those are the ones that you want to try and automate yourself first before you bring in anyone else. All companies need to be an AI first company, thinking about how AI can be used, thinking about how to leverage AI before you bring anyone else in, and then understand how you want to operate with AI when it comes to your business. And with Claude, if you use Claude, for example, if you get the Pro, you can add people as well. So everyone is under the Claude account. So you could also be understanding how it's being used. This is what I support my clients through all the time, because they need to continuously learn what is happening in their business. And we really take that time to do that assessment and that audit first before they bring anyone else in, so they can feel confident in the work that they're doing and also follow along them, so they know if this person isn't the right fit, they could quickly know and be able to say, hey, this isn't the right fit, remove them out of the business and get someone in that would do it. Because I always say, hire slow, but if you need to, fire fast. That's when you want to start thinking about hiring. Who can I bring into the team to really help me? But you want to understand that when you have automated everything, that's when you go back in your business and then decide, okay, the things that I haven't been able to automate, that's that person that's really going to help me move my business. So this is the framework here. The next thing is to delegate. So when I say delegate, is really, who do I need to hire into my business? And that could be an assistant. So when you're hiring the assistant, you already have learned the business, you've already automated as much as you can, and now it's just to delegate those tasks that you haven't been able to automate or the tasks that you don't want to keep. When it's time to hire, you want to make sure that you have that framework. Of course, at that point, the first person that you could bring in is an operations partner, because the operations partner is going to help you hire that lower level assistant that you might need to bring in, maybe a marketing assistant to really identify what type of person that you want to bring in. It could even be a video editor, but operations partner can really define what that looks like for you as well. So that could potentially be that first person that you hire. And when it's time to now hire, you already have the framework of what you've learned in the business, what you've automated, and the parts that you want to delegate. You have a clean framework and scope of the type of person you want to hire to do that work. And then that's when you can really build out your hiring framework. You already have an understanding of who can really come into the business and be successful and what success looks like for them in the next 60 90 days. Then from there, it's really getting back into, okay, now that I've had someone to really hire, they can bring in that assistant for me, and then I can really build a foundation for them. And then I can, over time, step back and then have them handle it for me. But remember, as you're delegating, you want to make sure that you're working with, if you hire an assistant, you want to make sure that you're working alongside them so they can understand the tasks that you need, what the business is, where the business is going in the next 6 months to 5 years. But what happens and when someone delegates, they stop. So this is the area where someone will stop delegating. They've delegated, they're done. That's not when you stop. That's when you continue the cycle. And when you are continuing the cycle, you want to make sure that you are learning the business over and over again. Because as you get to being a solopreneur and then you're moving, say, into an agency, the business looks totally different. So you have to relearn what those operational gaps look like, what the foundation is for where you are now. So you want to make sure that you're continuing to learn, continuing to automate, and then continuing to delegate. And then as you are moving through that framework, you are bringing along the people that you have on your team. If you're looking for more videos about hiring or building up your business foundation, please follow for more. And if you're looking for any hiring support, please check out the link below.